Hi, I'm Hannah from knitting.com, and today we're going to learn how to do the long tail cast on. It's perfect for things like sleeve cuffs or hat brims where things need to stretch to fit. In order to get comfortable with this cast on, we recommend sitting down and practicing just casting on for a while without starting a project. Don't worry if you need a few tries to get this technique right. Trust me, it'll be well worth it in the end. If you're ready, let's get started. It's called a long tail cast on because you need a very long tail, which is the cut end of your yarn. The rule generally is however wide your knitted piece is, you want to go 3 times the length plus a little extra for weaving in. So if my piece is about this big as a swatch, go 1, 2, 3. That's 3 times as long plus a little extra for a yarn tail to weave in. So maybe 5 to 6 inches. Make a slip knot quickly. If you need a refresher, you can check out our tutorial all about slip knots in our channel. Put the slip knot onto your knitting needle. And because I'm a right-handed knitter, I will be working with my right hand here. With a left-handed, you can do the same, just mirror it in this case. So you'll want to keep track of the 2 strands coming out of your knot. The working yarn, which is attached to the yarn bolt, is coming to me. The yarn tail is to the back. So you can see the cut end. You want to keep track of those, make sure they stay where they're supposed to be. So again, yarn tail at the back, working yarn to the front. The next step, you will grab both strands, and I like to hook them around my pinky. You could hook them around both of your last fingers if you want. Whatever will kind of add some tension to that strand will make it a lot easier to work. The next step, so you wrap around my pinky, is you insert your thumb and pointer finger between those 2 strands, keeping them front and back, so right where they were. Insert in, and then rotate your palm towards you so it's facing. You'll take your knitting needle and run it up along your thumb through that loop. Grab the yarn that's going around your pointer finger and pull that through the loop on your thumb. Drop that loop off and then gently pull that whole stitch closed using your thumb again. That gets you set up for doing the exact same thing next, and you don't have to let go of everything. You're just automatically in place to do the next one. So again, you've got your fingers between the 2 strands. Pivot your palm towards you with that strand up around your pointer finger. Make sure that stays there. Run your knitting needle up through the loop. Grab the strand, pull it through, and then drop it off your thumb. So your thumb is free, pulling that loop closed by opening your fingers between those 2 strands to snug it down. So again, pivot your palm towards you, needle up through the loop, grab the strand, pull it through, and drop that stitch off your thumb, tightening it by opening your fingers again. You'll keep doing that, making sure to keep your loops nice and even. You want each stitch to be flush against the needle, but not so tight that you won't be able to knit into it in the next stitch. So you want to be able to not see any air between the needle and the loop, but not so tight that it's really cranked down. If that happens, you can always loosen it up by kind of wiggling it using your fingers and then setting yourself up again. So wrapping around the pinky, putting your fingers above between the 2 stitches or between the 2 strands, palm towards you, needle up through the loop, grab the yarn, pull it through, and then drop it off. You'll keep working this way until you have the number of stitches you want for your project. In this case, I'm about done. I only want to do about 4 inches for a swatch, so that's good. When you're done, simply let go. Make sure to count your stitches on your needle. Remember to count that slip knot that you did, the first one, that also is a stitch. So it counts in your total stitch count. And that is the long tail cast on. Happy knitting. And that was how to do a long tail cast on. If you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to click the thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Subscribe to knitting.com if you'd like to stay in the loop and check out our other social media channels. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.